Alrighty, hello degenerates and welcome to another Smash Brothers analysis. Been a while since we've done one of these. In fact, I actually did miss most of the DLC waves when they were first coming out. I did a bunch of Twitter analysis videos, well, actually like photos and gifs of that. But figured I might as well make a video about this one. All the things that I noticed. I do feel like a lot of people are kind of very confused about how to feel about this character. First of all, I'll go into my thoughts about the character being included itself because that, as of right now, that's really the most controversial thing. Honestly, for the ending of Fighter Pass 5, it's a bit disappointing just because they did go out and say that all the characters that were going to be introduced in this Fighter Pass were all going to be completely brand new franchise that have never been seen in Smash before. Obviously, this is the 8th Fire Emblem character, counting all the Echo Fighters, so there is nothing new about this. So on that front, it is disappointing. However, Three Houses was my absolute favorite game of last year, so I'm really happy to see Byleth here, and I think they did a pretty good job of representing at least different aspects of the game. Obviously, it would be really hard to choose one of the three house leaders, but I think by having the heroes relics be ways to kind of represent each one of them, I think that's a really smart thing to do, to kind of just bundle up in this character. And of course the alt costumes are amazing for this character as well. So I'm pretty happy to see this character in here, and I'm actually digging the playstyle pretty hard. It seems like this is the biggest thing that people have really trouble grasping, because this is a very, very slow character. Frame data does not seem to be great from the outset, outside of a couple of moves, which I did some frame digging already. This is actually me re-recording this. So I got to see like how some of the normals look, how some of the tilts look. So I'll definitely go over those, and then just kind of all the way that the playstyle should function for this character. For the 10 of you guys that played Icons Combat Arena, you're going to feel pretty at home if you remember playing as Weishan or fighting against Weishan. Byleth kind of falls into that category of the Belmonts and your Shulks, in that they are a slow fighter with an absurd amount of range and a good power behind them. Shulk, I don't think is a pretty good I don't think is a good comparison for Byleth, just because Shulk with the Monad Arts is a completely different character from those two. So I definitely feel like comparing them more to the Belmonts is a way more appropriate means of measuring them. However, Shulk without Monado Arts, very similar to the way that Byleth is designed. But overall, one of the core issues that the Belmonts have when they're playing in neutral is that while they do have an absurd amount of range, it's very narrow, so you have to be really precise with them. So you don't have a lot of room for error, and of course they rely on projectiles, so their range is a little bit different with the way that they work. Where Byleth, if you just throw your move in a direction that somebody is, you should be hitting them. So I like to compare them a lot more to Weishan, who was a character that was featured in Icons, as I mentioned earlier. Really strong, absurd range, horrendous recovery, but he was an absolute nightmare to deal with on stage for a lot of characters. And like the second he got you in disadvantage, like there was not much you can do. And Byleth seems to be copying that playstyle to absolute heart in every single way possible, mostly with the specials that are utilized. But however, they do have some kind of interesting gimmicks thrown into them that I don't think as many people are aware of. So I definitely wanted to give my thoughts on all of that. So let's actually just dive right into the character himself. So obviously they look great. I love like honestly, I do love like how they kind of highlighted the different personalities of the way that like kind of male Byleth and female Byleth emote. So that right there is the F tilt there. So it's a really quick sword swipe. That one comes out like frame 8 or 9 when I was doing kind of my frame by frame analysis. And the thing is, like, Byleth like ducks to like the shoulder height and the sword swing starts above them. I don't know if the hitbox is going to be active that early. From the looks of it, it seems like it will. So that will be a really good anti-air. So I'll get into that when I get that again. That move's going to be absurd. I'll get into why later. And that one seems like it'll be good, but of course, niche situations. The biggest thing with Byleth is that there is extreme power behind everything that they do. So you do need to be careful about getting like countered in a lot of situations. So, sorry about that. I wanted to highlight the jab first. So jab is... So this right here is a frame 4 option, and you actually get a pretty good amount of distance on it. So this comes out frame 4. And then after that, Byleth does a kick after and steps forward. So I don't think there's any chance of you falling out. So you got the jab there, and then he just steps that far forward. And then obviously he's going to step forward one more time with Sword of the Creator. So basically where the foot ends up is where that ends up. And it goes all the way out here. So realistically, you shouldn't be falling out of this. The only issue I could see is if the rapid jab doesn't work properly and you can shield during the multi-hits, that would suck. That's a problem that Dawangthang has right now at low percents. For some odd reason, you can just shield it even as you're getting hit by the rapid jab. So yeah, let's go into the quick frame by frame of that F tilt there, because I think it's pretty important for you to see how the animation works and kind of see how that's going to be a really good anti-air. So here is the first frame. So this is frame 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 8. So that's the thing. I'm not sure if this is the first active frame of it, but like if this entire thing is a hitbox, first of all, Byleth is ducking quite a lot. So not only is your move not going to hit, but then you have to deal with this giant disjoint there. And then even from here, it's able to hit Marth, so it's getting him at the very tip there. So you have really good range on that F tilt. Like that's going to be a really good one for just zoning out people when they're getting in you. They're going to be pretty good at keeping people out. Next up is that up tilt. From what I can gather, it looks like that one's coming out like frame 10. A little hard to judge, but I'll show you real quick. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it's either 9 or 10. So hard to tell. But it follows a very similar trajectory to Heroes. Heroes is frame 8, so if it happens to be frame 8 here, basically a carbon copy of what Hero has there, which, if it is, that's a good up tilt. So that's what I'm hoping for here. I'm hoping it also set up in the combos just because like Byleth has a pretty absurd up air, as you'll see later on. And then down tilt is a frame 13 move. It is not fast. This move is slow, so I honestly do not know how good it's going to be. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. See, frame 13, like this move is really slow. So like you're going to be mostly like whiff punishing with this move. The good thing is obviously it's a disjoint, but it looks like it just kind of goes out here. So the poke is kind of similar to like what Marth's or Lucina's down tilt is. So the range is good, but it's not like, if it was hitting out here, okay, then it's like, okay, at least you're getting absurd range with that. Where here, it's like, that's what I expect Marth, Roy, Lucina to poke. It's not too impressed there. However, dash attack is low-key one of the best dash attacks out there if it's able to kill. So this is running. And then here's the frame data. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So either starting frame 8 or 9, and just look how much distance you're able to cover. So where my cursor is now, it ends up owing all the way there. So you're like 4, 5, 6 character lengths away, and you're just like almost about able to hit somebody. Like it's insane how far you travel with that move and how quick it is. So overall, that dash attack's going to be really good to like keep people in the air at a disadvantage. That's what you're going to be doing. So that's going to be good to see. We're about to see the showcase of up smash. I didn't see the frame data for this, but this looks like a frame 5 up smash. So let's get the exact numbers on this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So I was very wrong on that. So frame 13 up smash right there. So very decently fast, but not too absurd. Like let's see. So it's actually on par with the speed of Heroes up smash. So the good thing is this is going to be a good, at least out of shield option in front of you. It's probably going to net some kills. Unfortunately, we can't see what the damage is exactly there. We don't know exactly what percentage of that, but we do know that Marth is not a 0, and at least you can pick up people off the ground. So that's good to know. This up air is utterly insane. I don't know what they were thinking when they decided this move was okay. We'll see if people fall out of it. My guess is you probably aren't. But, you know, this is a multi-hit move that just kind of flings above you just because. And let's see exactly how fast it is. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it's frame 9 or 10. Like, I'm not sure which one's going to be the exact first hit of it, but multi-hits, we don't know if this one is going to be a juggling tool or if it's able to kill. If it's capable of killing, that's going to be really good. And the other thing is there's no disjoint that's getting past that. Like, that's... I don't even know if, like, a hero dare can go through it. Like, if there's any, it's going to be that one or Shulks. Getting to the up B here, I think this is the last sort of the creator move. The good thing is you can use this out of shield, so it will at least hit people in front of you. But this is really strange how it works. So over here, this one has the spike effect. The spike of from what I could tell from what Sakurai was saying, the spike effect is only going to happen when the opponent reaches a certain percent where they will get spiked. So that's going to be really good for recovery reversals. So like over here, you know, spike there, and then you could get a really easy edge guard by like just sniping Kirby's up B there. So that is really going to deter people from edge guarding Byleth. So that is a pretty good thing that she has going for her. Like I think that's going to be the biggest thing. That's definitely going to be one of the biggest factors about edge guarding this character is if you see somebody going off stage to get you, what you want to do is drop down and then do that, and then you immediately reverse them. You pretty much need to make sure you're going to be level with Byleth the entire time. Otherwise, you always run the risk of that up B just janking you out like crazy. So, interesting stuff there. But something you're going to see is at 0%. So like that's not going to combo there, but there it does. And because yeah. So when the percentage is low, it knocks them upwards. So then that way you both can get down to the stage and then like it's more of a neutral position, or you just put them in a bad spot. From what I can tell, I don't think Byleth is really a fast faller, but we haven't really seen that into effect. So we didn't see Byleth do a fast fall there. Because if Byleth can fall really fast, then that's going to be a really good setup into whatever they want to do. Or at least I'm starting a good juggle situation. So now we're going to finally get into the more interesting. So, Aaron Bar. Okay. So the thing about this move is obviously this is the first time we finally have a spear character. So, neat. Of course, the range is, I want to say this is probably going to be the same amount of range that the Belmonts have. Probably the same amount of frame data too. Let me pull up the Belmont frame data real fast. Okay, there's Richter. Okay, so Forward Smash for the Belmonts is active on frame 24. Let's see if Byleth is going to come to a common thing as well. Because, yeah, so because of that shine, that's definitely a smash attack. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Okay, so one frame faster than the Belmont F smashes. So, you know, the range is just absurd. I want to say... Yeah, so just like the Belmonts, I believe that they have I think that one has a tipper as well. So obviously there's a tipper in play here. As Sakurai said, if you hit the hilt part of it, it does less damage. It does 12, or it does like 20 if you hit the tip. And the knockback on the thing seems pretty absurd as well on the blade part at the very least. And if you angle it up or down, it does more knockback as well. So as you keep in mind, the moves that I really think are going to be insane is this forward air and back air. If you look at it, the amount of time that it takes for these things to come out is like ridiculous. And you also get a lot of range with it. As the one thing that Sakurai commented that's definitely true here is that you do not get a lot of vertical, you don't get a lot of vertical range on this move, but that's really the only way you're going to balance it out. So to compare this to the Belmonts, their forward air and back air come out on frame 14. So let's see if this one beats it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So it comes out 2 frames faster than the Belmont's forward air and back air. We'll see. Back air should be should be the exact same frame. That's what I'm looking for. And if it happens to be the same thing as the spear on the ground, I would imagine that there's going to be a tipper effect in play here as well. But, you know, just look at this range here. It outranges Marth's Fair. That's really all you need to know about it. So you're going to be able to do a lot of really obnoxious things about just zoning people on the ground. Like short hopping with this character is going to be insane. And you know, that did per 10% right there. And I want to say that did that got the tipper effect at least. And yeah, what we're trying to do is we're trying to see this back air. The other thing that we don't know is we don't know how active this move is going to be, but I have a feeling it's going to have a pretty good amount of activity to it. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, so frame 13 here, so 1 frame slower than the forward air, but you know it either has the same range or a little bit more there. So obviously going to be obnoxious to deal with. Oh god, it's gonna be really annoying for sure. But it really doesn't seem like there's much lag on that at all. Like you can there's a part later on in the gameplay where you can just kind of act immediately. So you're going to be able to just wall things out really well here, which they're going to kind of show. Well, actually, let's see that side-by-side comparison real fast. Okay, so they're about 4 character lengths away, and then it hits. So you can be absurdly far and like whiff punish somebody with this character. And wait, how much did that? Wait, I think Marth was at 0? Was Marth at 0? Hold up. So obviously this one is at 10. No, he's at 18. So it does 10% when you hit with the tipper. Okay, good. Yeah, that's probably gonna kill pretty nicely. Yeah, so side smash. We finally got to see that. I believe he was at 18 already. No, he's at 28. So does 20%, I think, if you just do it straight. Okay, so it does 18%. And then if you angle it up, wait, and then that one and this is also probably stale too. So 47, so that does 20%, okay. But that might have been stale, so it's probably a little bit stronger than that. So yeah, if you want 2% extra, that's going to be pretty significant. Let's actually check to see the damage on that up smash. So 8%. So that's going to do... Wait. We went from 8% to 24? Did I get that right? That means that does 16% for an up smash. That's not bad. Yeah, 16% on an up smash. Okay. All right, yeah. So up smash can be really good for getting that damage. Yeah, so I think this is where he just kind of shows off I think that the hilt is like 12%. Yeah. So yeah, you're losing like 8% by doing the hilt, so you definitely don't want to do that. And then yeah, he says like, you know, if they're down on the ground, F smash, you need to make sure you angle down. So this move is going to be the absurd one. So as I mentioned before, if you played Icons and you fly out Weishan, Weishan's side B was like the most obnoxious thing to deal with just because of how much range it had and how good of an anti-air it was. Because like if you were in the air at all and you had to like look at him, like it would just punish you no matter what. Obviously, the way air dodging works in this game is a little bit different, but like the second you see somebody press the button, you can just literally tap side B and you're going to punish everything that they do. So Martha's at 50%. So center stage to center platform, you can do 18% automatically and get really close to killing them. So I'm assuming if you get them to like 80%, that move's just going to kill on like midweights. I don't think we get to see this move land in the air, so I don't know if it's weak or anything. If it's not, you gain a lot more vertical. So yeah, so center platform, center stage of battlefield, and this hits, and it does 18%. This move is ridiculous. Like look at the whiff punishing that you can do. Like let's say you're fighting a projectile character, or like you're just like fighting somebody that's like charging up a move, you can just reel that right in there, and oh god, you're gonna do so much damage. Like let's say Marth is landing with a fair here, or like, oh okay, I don't want to air dodge, I want to land with an attack, so I'm not in tumble and I don't want to waste a dodge. Well, if the second that he sees you press a button, you can just side B them and you're just gone. Like, oh, there's no amount of aiming that you need with that. It's gonna be dumb. Charges forward during. So yeah, I think that's. Oh, so he's showing off that it has a little bit more range, I think, if you do a smash input. Yeah, so it looks like you might be able to get the range a little bit longer as well. Not sure if that's true. But yeah, of course, they show that you can punish it pretty easily. The thing is, if you space this out, a lot of characters, like obviously you won't be able to grab, you won't be able to shield grab it. So you'll need like an aerial, you'll pretty much need an aerial out of shield, or just have a really quick burst option out of shield. Let's see what the actual frame data is on this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So this is a frame 20 move, so pretty much on par with like most really strong smash attacks. But the thing that really makes up for this is just the amount of range that you have, and just that is still fast enough to whiff punish a lot of things from the air. The big key thing here is being able to anti-air people with this. That's what's actually going to make this move ridiculous. And also, if you think about like ledge guarding with this, well, yes, there is a start up to it. There's going to be a whole host of recoveries that this is just going to straight up invalidate. Yeah, so like edge guarding, you're most likely going to be using side B unless you know, it puts you into free fall afterwards. I don't think it will do, but you never know. Okay, so Amyr. So quick things that we need to talk about with this. This is pretty much like a Falcon Punch that has armor. And it doesn't matter if you like turn around or not. Also, everything with this seems to be really strong. So down smash might actually be one of the stronger smash attacks for this character. The other thing too is that somebody was talking about down air. If you watch the video, you'll notice that there's going to be a part where shield breaks, and that shield health was at 25.59%, and it broke it. So there's a shield damage multiplier that is used with Amyr. So there's a very good chance that Amyr, by pressing down B, might act like a hatchet man. So it just might automatically break a shield. So unfortunately, we do not get to see this move connect, and I really wish we did, because I am pretty damn sure that that's. So, okay, we do see it do 19 damage there, but, like, there's a shield damage multiplier on this thing. And I do believe that Amyr down B is just going to be a shield breaker. You see there again, we see the same damage multiplier there. Unfortunately, we don't get to see down smash hit here. Okay, there we do. So, 23%, that is probably the strongest down smash outside of, like, King K. Rool. Like, let me check him out real quick. There are not many characters that have a strong down smash. Okay, you're going to find this insane. Byleth's down smash does more damage than King K. Rool's. So you're going to be killing absurdly early with that. Good thing to keep in mind. Let's check the frame data on this real fast. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Okay. So the good thing about this move is for how strong it is, it does have a fair amount of startup to it. Would not shock me if this has the most amount of knockback out of all of them. You're probably not going to be using this one too often unless you have like a bad roll happy person. Let's also check to see how much damage that this does. So he was at 53%. So Amyr full charge, that does 30%. As a 30% move. I think that's just... It doesn't look like it's going to outright kill every single time, though. Like, I don't think you're going to kill at 0. I think that's only going to kill if you kill at 0 if you counter it. So honestly, teams with K roll, that's going to be really good because you can reverse gut check. And I don't even want to know what that's going to look like. So that did kill, that killed at 30% easily. So let me just make sure that's what Falcon was at. Yeah, he was at 30%. And Falcon's a pretty heavy character. So we know 30%, that should be the time to kill. Obviously grabs are always going to break it out. So good things to know about that. But the thing that the day one noob tactic is going to be doing that drop down because everyone's going to think they're safe and then they're going to come down. So if they're trying to like hit you on the platform, that drop down is going to catch. And I'm like, oh, it's going to be funny. Especially like if you keep conditioning people with just like going down and hitting them with aerials and like with like nairs and then you just drop down with that. Oh my God. Like that. Byleth on platforms is going to be pretty scary. One character that should do pretty well against this is going to be Bowser because you have any character with a good command grab that they can use in the air. It's going to probably do all right. I'm not going to even bother to check the frame data on that. Wait. Hold up. Look at this. This makes... This makes no sense. Look at when the hitbox became active. So it's when Byleth is like swinging down, the hitbox appears. What? I'm confused. And the other thing too is we know that DK was completely behind Byleth, so there is a hitbox behind them. But you might have to be tall for that one. So I think if you're like Kirby or Ness height, you probably don't have to worry about that. And of course, with the Shockwave, it does 8%. So the good thing is that just sets up for a pretty good juggle scenario. Hard to tell, but it might be like a set knockback there. I think they're talking about the counter here. Yeah, this is the counter. Yeah, so the automatic one-hit KO pretty much. And then I think the last one they're going to talk about is the bow. So yeah, now we're going to finally get to Claude's weapon. So this is a pretty interesting bow, just because it's pretty much Zelda's, well, not anymore, but Sheik's Final Smash. And then, of course, you have Pit Snare. So, as we have dissected a lot on Twitter, range is not good. It's pretty factually Pit Snare at this point. Like, if you look at that, it's like just outside. But it seems to be pretty accurate for the most part. So the one thing that we do not know about this move is we don't know if you are going to be able to do drag down combos with this. Hopefully you can. Because if you can do drag down combos, it'd be neat. Like, I think there are two things you're going to be able to do. A drag down jab and hopefully drag down grab. Wait, that did 20... Wait. No. That... Don't tell me that did 20%. Okay, good. So that did 8% then. Yeah, so... Okay, so that's an 8% move there. Pretty decent. And it doesn't send too far, so there's probably a good chance you'll be able to link that into a fair or a side B. Or there's a chance those moves might be a little bit... I think fair you'd be able to combo, side B might be slightly too slow. But yeah, the thing that makes... one thing that we learned about this bow is it is not transcendent. We did see several items block the path of it. So the good thing is, unlike Duck Hunt's Gunman in Smash 4, it can't go through it. So you're not going to get hit by a smash attack if you're behind something. So as long as you're behind something, you at least do not have to worry about the arrow. So for your Duck Hunt players, if you got to... as long as Can blocks it, or Gunman's going to block it for sure. Not sure if Can is, but if Can blocks it, you don't have to worry about getting hit by a smash attack, which is a good thing. But that's the good thing, is you can kind of feint with that. That's going to be really good for... That's going to be pretty decent for edge guarding, just for how much you need to respect it. But I'm not sure how many situations that you're going to have where that's going to be useful, just because it looks like it's going to take too long to really get it going. I do want to know what the shield damage is, because if it does a lot of shield damage, then that's pretty ripe for just starting to abuse. Oh my god, that did 40% from a reflect. That's crazy. Yeah, so with a character with a reflector, I wouldn't even bother using that move against. Of course, uncharged arrows, that's fine. And the other thing too is he did mention you can turn the arrow around and you can cancel it with shield, so you don't need to worry about committing to the charge. So the good thing is you can psych out players with that. And then of course Final Smashes no one ever cares about. Of course the alts look really good, so I'm excited about that. Garrett Mock, unfortunately, we're not going to really be able to play. But yeah, let's get to that one shield break segment, because that's the only thing that's really interesting that happens here. I really do want to highlight this, just because this might be one of the interesting gimmicks that Byleth is going to have, is they might be able to just do an insane amount of shield. So there, it looks like that's about half a shield health right there, and that just automatically led to the death. So I think if you get your opponent at 30%, which it's not going to be hard to do, you're just going to be able to kill them the second you break their shield. So down air is going to be a very useful friend against people, because the thing is, most people are used to shooting down airs and punishing, where it seems like with this one you are just not going to be able to do that, and because of that, that's going to be kind of insane in some respects. But the other thing too is down air is absurdly slow, so it's not like that's something you really need to be particularly worried about, because I think it kind of ends there. So let me go back to when they were talking about Amyr real quick. Okay, so let's just look at the frame data here, because if this is a frame... Okay, no, it's gonna be way longer than that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. A frame 22 down air. That's ridiculously long. So no doubt in my mind, you're gonna be able to stuff this out. If you don't, that's your own damn fault. To give you an idea of how slow this is, K-Rool's back air is frame 18. So K-Rool's back air is 2 frames faster than this move is. This is absurdly slow. However, absurdly strong. So, if you do get hit by this, like, your shield should probably break for that. And as we observed, it does 19% when you do it, when you just hit somebody with it. So really, really strong. Probably going to be the strongest spike in the game. Like, look at that. That was at 0, and look how high that they already went. Like, there was no, like, grounded meteor. You got meteor spiked at 0. Oh, that's nuts. So you might actually get some, like, really interesting absurd combos started off of that at low percents, but I don't know. I think it's going to send you too far. So, like, if you hit them with down air, you'd be able to dash, and then if you see them do an attack, you can side B that, and then you'll have your immediate advantage started, and then you get to get edge guarding them and everything. So, that's going to be interesting. So yeah, no, I do think Amyr's going to have, like, a lot of really good uses. Like, it's going to force you to be honest, and it's going to have to force you to think about your shield differently too, because it's like you have an auto hatchet man at any point in time whenever you use that move. Like, even down smash might be able to break shields. Like, that's so weird to think about. The good saving grace is, I think every single attack with Amyr that we counted was about frame 20. I think, like, down smash might have been like frame 18 or 19, but it's like, for the most part, 20 is like around the bubble that you're looking at whenever you're looking with anything with this move, except for down B itself. So very, very slow, but very powerful. So please, for the love of God, watch your shields against this character. So if you're able to pressure shields really nicely, if arrows do, like, a decent amount of shield damage, especially if you charge it up, then I wouldn't be surprised if you have a lot of really easy way to poke shields with the amount of size that these hitboxes have. So you're going to have, like, a lot of those fares throwing in there. F-tilt's going to be a really good way to anti-air, up-tilt as well if they're directly above you, but you're probably going to be utilizing F-tilt a little bit more often since I see them approaching you from that diagonal angle. And then, up smash is pretty good for covering yourself as well since it hits above you. And then for that diagonal angle, you do have up B to deal with that as well. So kind of a lot of options there. Of course, the up B issue you're going to have is that you are going to end up above them, so you have to use that one pretty sparingly. But yeah, it's just, this character's interesting. I do feel like you're gonna be relying on side B a lot. You're gonna have to play it like Weishan. Unfortunately, we didn't really get to see much in terms of grab, so we don't know if they have a kill throw. If they do, that's going to be insane. Well, not insane, but I feel like they need a kill throw to function in this game, or if not, like one that throws you pretty decently far off stage so you can get them into that edge guarding situations, because you should be able to 2-frame with F smash with the spear, and then you should be able to 2-frame with the side B as well. So I'm looking for that to be a pretty common way for Byleth to win. Probably a lot of edge guarding there. Characters that I don't think are going to do good. Any character with a bad approach, like Kirby, should get destroyed by this character. Yoshi's probably going to have a really hard time with this character. Just kind of a random thought there. I want to say that Isabelle and Villager are going to have a pretty tough time, because, like, I just have a feeling that the hitboxes are so large on these that you're just going to be able to swat everything away. I think it mostly depend on how their matchup is against Shulk. Of course, the one big thing that Byleth has over Shulk is just that the punish game from this character is just absurd. What else is there? I feel like Rosalina and Luma are going to have a really tough time too, because I think you're just going to be able to swat away Luma way too easily. But there might be some things I'm saying wrong there. Snake's going to be an interesting matchup to see, just because he should be able to deal with nades very well. And then the other thing too is, like, the way that the up air works, like, I think you're just going to be able to deal with a lot of Snake shenanigans pretty well. So it might be a niche counter pick that you have over there. Of course, the one issue you're going to have is you're super slow, but the amount of range and the burst options you have with, like, dash attack being as good as it is, side B mostly, because that way you're not even remotely close to the grenade. So I think you're just going to bypass through all that stuff. it's going to be interesting to see how this character shapes up. I definitely want to see the optimization. I want to see the grab combos. I want to see if there's actually combos or if it's just going to be like really short two pieces. But I think it's mostly going to come, like, this character's going to play like Weishan. Side B's going to be your best friend. You're going to focus on juggling and edge guarding, and then that's going to be it. And then you're going to also treat it like a heavy character where you're not really necessarily worried about like losing every single exchange. You're just worried about just getting to a point where you can kill them, and it doesn't matter how much percent you have, because like rage is going to be insane with this character, just given how strong some of these options are. So it's going to be one of those where I think everyone's going to hate fighting this character, just because like it seems like you can be so far away, and if you do the slightest miscalculation, I could say I'm playing as Mario and I'm just zoning with fireballs, and then like they just do an up angled F smash and I'm dead at like 40. Like realistically, with enough rage, that could be a scenario that happens if I'm like in the ledge area. So yeah, definitely looking forward to seeing what absurdity this character brings. In my head, I see this character being like some type of mid or high is what I'm assuming it's going to be. The other thing to keep in mind with this footage in particular is this is 2 months old. This was all filmed back in November, so most likely a lot of things have changed since then. Hitboxes could have gotten bigger, hitboxes could have gotten weaker, stronger. We don't know. So that is one thing to keep in mind with looking at this footage. It is 2 months old, so it is not fully developed to what it could be. So could be a lot better, could be a lot worse. Only time will tell, but regardless, super excited to actually play this character. The alts are great. Character looks fun. Happy to have Garrett Mock and a lot of the music from Three Houses, because not many people talk about it, but that soundtrack slaps really well. So good to see all that there. So now before I do close it out, I'd like to talk about some things, catch up, some thoughts, other stuff. So I'll talk about the general community at first. Like, I'm finally getting back into playing again. I've been having fun, and it's just like I don't know, when you get those like binges of Smash, it's just, that's finally coming back to me right now. I don't think I'm really going to be going to tournaments, or at least entering locals around here. If I go to tournaments, it's probably going to be like the larger like nationals, regionals, and stuff like that. And I think that's what I'm more focused on doing those, because I just think it's kind of fun to have it in like those bursts every now and then, and just play with my friends. So not sure if you'll see me active at tournaments. I'd say don't assume that's going to happen. But I am going to be playing a lot more, so I will probably be streaming a lot more online friendlies and stuff like that, just because, I want to keep myself more engaged with the metagame, like figuring out new things and all that stuff. Because like one of the things that really bothers me about the community now is like, it seems like no one's playing to have fun anymore. Like, I feel like every single time I turn on Twitter, it's just a nonstop storm of people complaining about anything they can remotely possible think about, like whether it's like the PGR, the way the game is balanced, the characters that are in there. Like, everyone is actively trying their damnedest just to not have fun with this game, which is like the most counterproductive thing that you could just ever do. Like, there's helpful criticisms. Things need to improve. The general thing I agree with is like the buffering system sucks. I still believe that and all those other things. But like, God, like people are just making it seem like you have no options or anything here, when it's like, this is one of the most like option featured Smash games that we have, like outside of like Melee and like PM and all that. So I really hope people just like kind of remember why they have fun and just like actually play around that and think about solving issues rather than just complaining about it 24/7. So that's one of the things I hope. And that's honestly, people's complaints is what sort of has inspired me to just come back and play again, just because like people are just getting themselves like stuck in ruts, and they just don't. It seems like people are just not actively trying to think of how to get around that. So it's like, I would like to spread like more of just like, hey, just sit down and have fun with this game and just like learn from there and have fun with growing. And then I think, the scene will be a lot healthier for that. So that's really what I want to push here, especially with all the stuff I play. Other thing, update on the Sekaidago donation drive. So unfortunately, we did not complete the drive. However, we did raise enough so that he is going to be attending Glitch 8, which is this weekend, and he is going to be going to Genesis 7 as well. So, congrats to that. Thank you guys so much for helping out with that. The t-shirts really came through a lot. You when he streamed for donation drives, you guys tuned into that. You donated there. Great job. Donating on the GoFundMe as well. Great job. So, for all of you guys, kudos. Thanks for keeping the Duck Hunt donation drive tradition alive and just getting all these awesome players out here. And I'm, really happy that we finally got, somebody from a new region, so South America. This is Sekai Dago's second time that he is coming out here. He did come at the end of Smash 4 to SCR, whatever the last Smash 4 one was there. So, this is going to be his first time in Ultimate here. Way more of a dedicated Duck Hunt main here than he was in Smash 4. 4, you kind of swap between 3. He was like a 2 Bayo Duck Hunt there, where now he's just basically straight Duck Hunt. One of like the top 3 players in Chile and the best Duck Hunt in South America. So definitely looking forward to see what he's going to pull off here at Glitch in there. So I honestly don't know how different the metas are. I imagine they play more similar to America than what Japan has and all that. So I definitely want to see what he does. Another Duck Hunt news, of course, Ozone's also going to be at Glitch 8 as well. So we'll see how good he does there. And Nintendo should be at Genesis. I believe he is. But I don't know what the Japanese players are. Like I want to say all the Japanese players are going to be at Evo Japan this year. So I don't think you're going to see any of them over at Genesis. Some probably will be, but I think for the most part they're focusing on Evo Japan because I remember looking and those were going to be the same weekend. So kind of a bummer there, but yeah. Other things too is I will be going back to Japan myself in March, so planning to get a lot more footage of players there. Going to be meeting up with all the Duck Hunts over there. I'm hoping to meet K-Rules. I just want to see if there are any Japanese K-Rules out there. It doesn't really seem like that character's too far in favor for anything, so hopefully I can do that, get some footage for you guys, so that way we can see a little bit more of that. I guess I should talk about characters I'm playing. Obviously, yeah, if you haven't heard of the joke with me, I have not entered a single tournament with Duck Hunt in this game yet. So far, I've only entered as Dr. Mario and K-Rool. Those are the only characters I've played in brackets so far. But now I'm playing a lot more Duck Hunt again, so I'm getting back into the rhythm doing things. Right now, my clay pitching combos are atrocious, so I'm practicing the timing of that again. But I'm getting more into the rhythm of it. And the good thing is I'm not following into Duck Hunt Smash 4 habits. It's only general Smash 4 habits in Ultimate that just don't really work that I have. So the good thing is like at least the old style of playing Duck Hunt isn't hindering me at all. I'm definitely right now K-Rool's my most comfortable character that I have. So there's a lot that I have to optimize with Duck Hunt still. So hopefully I'll get there. You should be seeing a lot more footage of that as long as I'm recording. So yeah, that's pretty much everything that's going on here. My thoughts of Byleth. So now, if you want to support me, support the channel, support the Duck Hunt Discord and the things, if you can always check the link below to join the Duck Hunt Discord, first of all. Follow me on Twitter to keep up with any Duck Hunt related news. And also there is the Duck Hunt Discord as well. If you want to just support me, support the future endeavors of the Duck Hunt Discord, buying anything from there is the way to do it. We have the Duck Hunt Dinner shirt for this year, last year's, and also the Thanks for Playing, which was the end of Smash 4 and all that, but that's a year ago now, so not really too much with that. But yeah, so check all those things out. Hope you found this analysis helpful. I'm definitely going to get my hands a lot more dirty with this character once they're released in a week and a half from now, and I'll give you updated thoughts on that when that is occurring. So with that said, thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll catch you guys all in the next one.